I've reviewed over 5,000 websites last year alone. And in today's video, I'm going to show you some of the worst websites and what I look for as a trained web developer to see what's wrong with these websites and how we can make them better. Now, anybody can build these websites using my proven systems. You can join my community down below and I show you step by step how to build these websites from templates so you can start landing these clients as soon as possible. So kick back and watch me rip these bad websites apart. So right here, right off the bat, you can see the top left, they do have contact us pages, offers, gallery, service, home, but it's on a white background on this image in the banner. So you can't even see them or click them. So there is a book now button in the top right, but the same thing, I can't even see the button right now. Now this one picture here kind of takes up the whole hero section of this website. And you really don't want to do that. You want to have some type of call to action and a mission statement. Now, in order to check if this website is going to be mobile optimized, go ahead and press F12 on your keyboard. It's going to bring up this source code on the right. And here we can go up to the top left and it says dimensions. Just go ahead and pick iPhone 14 Max Pro, and then we can see what the website looks like on this device. Now, this website just consists of this R work. That was the actual landing page they brought us to. Now in R services, they just have a bunch of text here. None of these I can click, which you would want somebody to be able to click them. Let's go to the gallery, just the R work page. If you go to offers, they just have some text here. There's no way to actually get this here. So how am I supposed to get this quote? How am I supposed to get a free quote? How am I supposed to get this gift card? How does this happen? So there needs to be a call to action here so that a potential customer can go on here and actually follow through and give their information to get the discount. Now there is a stay in the loop email grab right here, which is sign up, but it doesn't really tell me what I'm signing up for. It just says stay in the loop. Well, is this for me to get my free gift card or how does that work? So as you can see, this website needs to be a lot more clear on what specifically it's asking of its customers to do and how to get them there. Another thing, their logo is just so small. Like, let's just zoom in. You have to zoom in 500% to see Arctic air of Augusta. So that needs to be changed as well. This website overall is probably one of the worst I think I've ever seen. No call to actions. Somebody lands here, they're just looking at pictures, and the pictures don't even look that good, to be honest. Look at all of this. I mean, it's just like rusty. Like, how do I know what's going on here, right? So as I click the book now button in the top right, which is their only call to action on the website, it says we're not set up to accept appointments just yet. All right, so this is a perfect candidate that you can go ahead and call and sell them a website and some marketing services as well, such as a calendar and appointment booking scheduler. Overall, I give this specific website an F. All right, let's go to this other one I found, Steel HVAC LLC. Their logo looks pretty good. Everything's kind of clean, very nice, slim, clean cut. But as we can see, it's not very big. It only has one section here. And they do have a contact page, call or text email, and you have name, email, phone, and message. Okay, they also have their telephone number here and a Gmail account with their address. One thing I'll say this website did well is they're not asking for too much on the contact us page. A lot of time I see websites ask for maybe 14, 15 form fills. I've even found some up to 18, just asking all random questions. This is good. It only has name, email, phone, and those are the only three that you actually need. At that point, once you get that information, you can go ahead and reach out to them and find out what kind of service that they need. Now, instead of a contact page, I would have a book appointment or get a free quote, because contact doesn't really call you to action. It's just like, hey, do you want to talk to us? It's like, no, I actually want a free quote, or I want you guys to come to my house and fix my AC. So I would change that right off the bat. This needs to be at least 3 sections long. And if we go to the mobile, let's see how it looks. Okay, so here's our issue right here. Not mobile optimized. We're in the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Let's see if the call us button works. It doesn't look like it does work. If you click this on mobile, it's not gonna actually call the number. And how you can tell is if a number pops up in the bottom right hand of the screen. So it looks like it works on PC, but not on mobile. So this one does things a little bit better. You can actually see the logo. It has a contact page. It's pretty clear on what they do, possibly some Google reviews. So the 3 sections I would have the services that they do and have a few pictures there. And then in between that, I'd have a call to action. And then my next section would be Google reviews, showing what services we've done for other people. and showing happy customers. That way, when somebody lands on here, they're seeing the social proof and they're saying, okay, other people have had good dealings with this business, so I'm gonna have that as well. And the first thing he could do is just put the calendar or a booking page, the contact form fill on this first page. You're gonna have people fall off if they have to click another page. Like we had to find where this contact was. So overall, I'd give this like a D, but maybe a C. It could go a little higher with a few tweaks. All right, the next website that I found is North Augusta HVAC Services. It's J&J Climate Engineering. So right off the bat, just a lot going on. This background kind of just detracts. I don't think it adds a lot to what I'm looking at when I land here. This image is fine. I would just maybe make it smaller and then make this a separate section. I would also increase the size of their logo, maybe move it to the top left. Now, right off the bat, they have a get a free estimate, which is great. Having a call to action right on the top part of a page, we call it above the fold, is the best place to put it because if somebody lands here, they know exactly where to click to go ahead and get that free estimate and get in contact. Here's the form fill, did a good job. They only ask about 3 things. That's good. Let's go back to the homepage. Now you saw when I went to the homepage again, it took a second before it loaded in the background. Now, if we wanted to check the page load speed, we can just type it in right here and go analyze. This is page speed insights. And this is gonna tell us how quickly the website loads, how responsive it is, because what you're gonna notice is if you're running traffic to a website, the mobile version needs to be lightning fast. It needs to be at least 2 seconds to get on page, and the website can be a little bit slower, but normally you want it faster. All right, now we can see here performance, accessibility, best practices, and SEO. Right here, here's our first content paint. So this took 3 seconds, and then the largest one took 16 seconds. Nobody's gonna sit here and actually let their phone load for 16 seconds when they're trying to call a plumber or an HVAC. Okay, and I was right. So right here, this is the largest contentful element painted within the viewport. So this is exactly what I was talking about. It took almost 10 seconds for this one image to load. So definitely need to fix this. This is not very fast. Okay, as we scroll down here, they have an about us, a lot of wasted space here. This needs to be more compact. This is a pretty big wall of text. I would break this up into 2 sections, maybe have 2 columns here, and then have another image down here, and then put the image above or below the text. This is almost a full page of a novel here. So obviously you want to break that up, have some text hierarchy where you have bolded headlines, and then you have some text, and then you have maybe a call to action. It's a good picture though. Here's their services. This is good to have. This is great. This section is beautiful. Here's a call to action, get a free estimate. Now, this doesn't feel that native. I would have had the call to action here instead of view all services, and I would have this button as a conversion color. So you need to have buttons that are actually clickable, that look enticing to click. Okay, the next section, they have some testimonials. This is great. I would actually have them pull the actual Google reviews. It looks a little more legit than just having texts here and then somebody's name. This is taking up way too much space. And to contact us on the bottom. Overall, not terrible. Could use some work though. I would give this probably maybe like a C+. So the first one I found, Maestron's Hair Studio. And as we can see here, not a lot going on. Their logo is pretty small in the top left. And there is a phone number here, but it doesn't look like a button you can click. And they need to change that as soon as possible. A better solution to this would be actually having a calendar, because when people are booking hair salon appointments, they want to see a calendar, click it, make the appointment, and then get text updates and forget about it until the appointment is ready. This font as well needs to go. It's pretty hard to read. I would change this. Now, as we scroll down, there's an about us. It has a picture of inside their hair salon. That's good. But what they're missing here is a call to action. They need a book a appointment with us right here. On every section, there should be a call to action, and that will help push people into their business. Here's some before and afters. It looks good. Like I said, they're just missing out on a lot of call to actions here. Now they do have a carousel with some photos. This is good social proof. And then they have their socials here. You can get widgets that automatically pull pictures from your social medias, and that's what I would do in the social section. Now here they want you to put in your email address, and for whatever reason, that's the only call to action that they actually have on their website. And I'm not sure about you, but I really don't want to get updates about hair specials, discounts, coupons. I'd like to just book my appointment, get in there, get it done, and then come back when I need it again. This website gets a D for how well it's put together. Now let's find another one here. All right, Hair Studio Wakeford Lakes. Hair Studio Waterford Lakes. Now right off the bat, you have a carousel at the top, but then again, no call to action. All right, this text is a little too small. They do have an all services. Let's see where that brings us. Okay, it looks like it's just a white page, and I can't even click on any of these to get them. There's no buttons in here, no book appointments, so this page is worthless. Now they do have different services here, haircuts, highlights, perms, waxing threads, eyebrows. That's fine. We just need somewhere to click so we can actually book an appointment with them and go into their business. They're making it very hard for me to go ahead and book with them. And that's a common mistake I see across most of these hair salons, is they're not making it easy for us to get in there. Now, even this number right here, it's not a button. And if we want to check how this looks in mobile, you can go ahead if you're on computer and press F12. And then in the top left, just pick whatever device you're on. Okay, so it is mobile optimized. This is taking up a little too much space, obviously, because that's all you're gonna really see at the beginning when you open it up. And like I mentioned, just the text size here needs to be changed. They need a call to actions after every section, and they need a clickable phone number. So when I click this phone number on my phone, it should automatically pull it up, and I should be able to get in touch with them. Makes sense, right? Well, it's not always the case when you find really bad websites. And especially in this industry, there are tons and tons of these websites that look like crap that I remake for clients every single week. All right, that one gets a D as well, just horrible. All right, here's the next one. Courtyards Hair Design and Spa. Relax, revive, restore beauty in your hair. This is not a very good slogan. Now, one thing they're doing right here is reserve an appointment. Your satisfaction is our primary goal. Okay, so right here, you can just go ahead and hit a date that you want to go in and then go to the next step. That's good. Now, a better solution to this is have an actual calendar that is on this page and make it right in front. So if somebody lands on your landing page, they can just literally book right away. There is no resistance. It's effortless. That's what I want to see with all of these when I come in here. And that's why I target this niche specifically, because they just don't have it set up properly. Let's see what it looks like in mobile really quick. All right, so as you can see, these banner photos are getting cut off. Looks like I can still book an appointment. That's good. Okay, so they have an offer right here, $10 off your first visit. That's good to have medium way down the page, so people have more of an incentive to book with you. Now you see how I can click and move over. It means it's not really mobile optimized. So that's something that they would need to fix. Looks pretty decent though on the computer. All right, this reserve an appointment button right here is it's so small. Like if I'm going through this web page, I'm trying to find the reserve appointment. So let's say I missed this first, book an appointment up here. Let's say maybe I wasn't ready to buy yet, so I'm just going down, I'm looking at the prices. I'm like, oh, okay, I can go in and get some braids for $35. And here's the reserve an appointment button. I mean, it's just so small. It doesn't entice me to click it. So that's something I would change immediately. I would have it a conversion color, blue, green. I would maybe even add an animation to it where it can pop or pulse. That's gonna get people to click and get your clients more customers. All right, so they do hit you down here with the salon hours and they make an appointment. I would have this centered over here. And like I said, I would just make it a conversion color, just easier to click. All right, this one is not that bad, but it definitely needs a rework. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a C+. All right, there are a few more that I found. I'm gonna go over and then I'm gonna show you guys how you can build a website from a template in about 30 minutes. And it's gonna look better than all of these that we went over today. Okay, here's one right here, Timeless Salon. Now, book today, they have a actual button here, which is good. So let's see where that brings us. Okay, so instead of bringing us to a calendar, the book today brings us to a phone number, which we can click, which is fine. Now, I can't really see this text that well because this background image is pretty crappy and it's not even bolded. Now, this is something that's good to have is what our customers are saying. And this is gonna add a little social proof right after somebody is interested and they've already clicked the book today. This is gonna help get them across the finish line. This is good to have, very, very good. But this section right here is just awful. And this contact us today, right at the top, they don't need it. The person is already interested. So right here, you just need a calendar, a book an appointment. You need something here that's just gonna go ahead and turn that person that already wants to buy from you into a customer. Let's do the good old mobile test. Okay, good. This one looks pretty good. These buttons work well. A little bit of clipping here, not the end of the world, but it could be fixed. Okay, and then they show the map at the bottom. That's not that bad, honestly. I've seen worse. They could still use a few things. Obviously, like a calendar would be good, some type of lead nurturing sequence. You know, somebody puts in their phone number to book an appointment, and then you automate some back-end SMS text messaging and email follow-ups that make sure to get the person in there for their service. And we can offer all of that inside one platform. And this is the platform I use for my marketing agency. I'm gonna bring you guys over to Go High Level here, and we're just gonna go over and funnel hack this website really quick. So right off the bat, their borders are all messed up. It's very narrow. We can check how it looks on mobile by pressing F12 and then going ahead and selecting what type of device you're on. Now it does look like they have it mobile optimized, which is good, but a few things I noticed right off the bat is they're asking way too many questions inside of this form fill. Now you can get away with 3 important things inside your form fill for your grab. You need your name, email, and phone number. That's all you need. So this can be cut down. I've seen some websites with 18 different form fill boxes and nobody's gonna fill those out. So reduce the amount of resistance to get the information that you actually need. Now, as we scroll down, this is a little too much text here. I would reduce that. Having this phone number here with no call to action, you should have a button here that says call us and then have a clickable button that you can use. Now they do have a video, that's good. Another form fill here, see, they actually did it down here. Name, email, phone number. How did you hear about us? It really doesn't matter how they heard about the company. So that's just wasted space. All right, so they have a contact us right here. I would make this a conversion color and have the button have some type of animation. Right now it kind of blends into the background and it doesn't jump out at me. These Google reviews need to be actually pulled from Google themselves so they actually look more professional. Then again, more testimonials. They have a call to action here, but it blends in. All right, not horrible, but I would probably give this like a D to C rating. All right, let's go back to Google Maps. Okay, so here's another company right here that I found, Camelback Roofing. And as we go through here, this looks really pixely right off the bat. Let's check the mobile, and no, not mobile optimized. As you can see here, it's just an empty page. So right away, not a good start. This is just way too much text. All right, you don't need this much text on a landing page. Nobody needs to know the intricacies of specific types of roofing. Maybe a small little excerpt about exactly what it does. These look a lot better with the image on the right side and then what they're doing on the left. Like I said, just way too much text here. Now I brought you to this website to show you down here at the bottom, they just have all these warning, creating default object from empty value, home, Camelback domain, Camelback roofing. So their website is broken. So you can contact this company and offer them a new website or to remake their website using their assets. And the good thing about contacting these companies that are already on Google My Business is that they already have pictures. So as you can see here, they already have photos that people have been uploading. So you can use these to populate the website with. Now I'm gonna show you a company that does a little better. This one looks pretty good. Good color scheme. They have good text hierarchy here. This is not a button, but they have it listed or make it look like a button at least, which it's not. Okay, it looks good mobile. Now, as we see, they have some testimonials, which is great, and they're video testimonials, so it's even better. But what we're seeing here is just something's messed up with this image size. There's just star, 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 star. These stars should be small, very, very small. They shouldn't take up this much scrolling on a screen. Okay, so this company right here did it very well. They actually pull the Google business reviews, so they look professional. This is great. I liked this. They're doing a lot here. I like how they also alternate the colors so it doesn't look so bland. This is a nice touch. Very simple, good text hierarchy. Like I said, this number should be a clickable number, and that should actually call the number if you're on mobile, for example. Good trust badges, learn more, good call to actions. Yeah, this company does it well. I would give this probably a B. Just gotta fix a few things on there. You can sit here on Google Maps and go through and just find all the companies that don't have websites. Here's a few I found that are, hey guys, James here. And I built my SaaS agency literally from 0 all the way up to 100 plus clients. And if you guys want to get started selling websites to local businesses, go ahead and click my link down below and join my free community. I have snapshots, cold calling scripts, everything you need to start selling to clients today. So here's one right here, just in case services. They have this set up through Square, and it's not even really a website. It's just a generic place that Square gives them, and that's their payment processor. So I actually already called this company and they didn't pick up. So if they do pick up, I'm gonna sell them a website today, but feel free to give them a call and sell them a website as well. This page is not gonna convert at all. What they need to have is an actual funnel that drives a specific action, such as booking a call or getting a free estimate. So we're gonna go to the next one over here, Scotty's Home Solutions. So this is an actual web page, and we see right at the top, he has his picture of his car here, which is great. It is a little too big. I would make it a little smaller. He has some nice call to actions here. So as you can see, we have a call us today. He does need to increase the size of this text right here. And I would make the button do some type of animation, like fade in and out or bounce. And you can add all of that inside the page builder I'm gonna show you at the end of the video. Now, as we scroll down, he keeps his color tone, which is good. What he's missing right here is a call to action. He should have this. He does have a phone number right here that you can click, and you can tell that the phone number actually works because in the bottom left down here, you'll see it pop up where it shows the actual phone number with TEL next to it. Now, if we wanted to see if this website is mobile optimized, we just go ahead and hit F12 if you're on a computer, and then pick what kind of phone you're gonna be seeing this in. Now, as we can tell, see how it's cut off and I have to click and drag. So right away, this is not mobile optimized. So anybody that is logging in and seeing this website from mobile is seeing this. All right, they're seeing text cut off. And as you can tell, that's not gonna land him any clients. Let's go back to the PC version here. He does have a lot of really good pictures here, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, remodels. And it looks like he has the after image shown of after the project is completed. What I would do is I would have him have the before and after pictures. That way, the potential customer can go ahead and realize what they're buying and see actually the type of service that they're gonna get when they book with this guy. This is a pretty good section to have, family owned and operated, 24/7 support, no job is too small or too big, discounts and free. This is great. These are all great. I wouldn't touch this at all. The only thing I would do is add a call to action right about here and say, book with us today or get a free estimate. Now, this section he did wrong. It's weird to ask for them to leave us a review because we can do that in a Google review request automation that we set up for him later. So this is something you can tell him that we can send to his already past happy clients and then get the reviews that actually are gonna be 5-star. If you have leave us a review right on this page, it's not a very good spot to have it. These people are prospects, they're not actually clients yet. Now he does have the rolling banner, that's good. I like the 5 stars. You can pull this directly from Google. And he has the areas that he serves. I would actually have a map here showing the areas with pins. It'd be a little nicer looking. But besides that, I would rate this probably a C to D tier website, especially with the mobile not working. That's gotta be fixed as soon as possible. So that's a company you can reach out to and let him know that the website is actually broken and that you can fix it. All right, we're gonna go to the next one here, Reynoldsburg Handyman Service. All right, they have a few pictures here, very simple. They have a call to action, book now. All right, the before and after slider here is perfect. I think this is what every handyman should have on their front page, right in the hero section. It's showing you tangible results that you can get from booking with him. He has a call to action right here, which is great. It's a little plain up here, but that's fine. Now, as we scroll down, this section right here is pretty much wasted. What they need to do is they need to have a few of these services that they offer and then a few pictures next to them, and then they need to stagger them back left and right. Then we also need a call to action, which he doesn't have. He has a how can we help you, but it just links to a phone number, so it's a little misleading. I'm gonna click how can they help me, and then it's gonna automatically call the number from my phone. It's a little misleading. Here's a call us today call to action, that's good. And he's got some prices in here. I would leave the prices off this page and just try to get as many people to call as possible. Now he's got some weird thing at the bottom where it says laminate tile floor installation and he has a number. I don't know if that's his number. It looks like it is his number. It's not a button, so I can't click this to actually call the number. So like I said, a few things are broken on this website, needs to be fixed. But he has the right idea at the top with the before and afters. Now let's check if it's mobile optimized, and it is. So it looks really good on mobile. Very nice and plain, simple landing page. I would just add a few more call to actions and a few of the things we talked about. They have their website attached. You can click the website icon and go to their website. And as you can see, their website looks pretty decent. And there's a reason that they probably have 329 reviews. Very simple form fill on the right, service request. You only have to put in 4 things over here: name, email, phone, and message. You can schedule a consultation. The button even highlights when you hover over it. That's great. It's interactive. You can also just click the phone number right here. Very simple to go ahead and call their phone number. And if you're on mobile, we can check how the mobile looks by pressing F12 here. And if we scroll down on mobile, when we click this button right here, it will just call their company. Looks like they even show the prices here. So it's pretty easy to just jump in and get a service from this business. Now, that website looked pretty decent, but let's go down a little bit and maybe find a website that doesn't look very good. So here's one I found: Colorado Spring Drain and Plumbing Services. From plumbing to drain cleaning, we do it right. Now, they do have a call now up here, but as we can see, this is the extent of their website. There's no AI chatbots on the right side. It doesn't have anywhere for me to enter my information. Let's say I wanted to, get more information via email. I can't enter any of my information to give them so then they can contact me. They do have customer reviews on the right side, which is good. It would look a lot cleaner if it had its own section and the page was just a little bit longer. Websites like this really irritate me because I don't know who made it and what they were thinking when they just wanted to list a bunch of services here and only have 3 different pictures. It's just, if I landed on this website and I was looking for a plumber, I would definitely not use this plumber. I would go to somebody that had a bigger, better website that looks like they actually cared about their business. This is just a representation of the service that I'm gonna get from them. And from this, I don't really know, I do have 3 reviews here, but the reviews even look a little sketchy. They have a name, 5 stars, and then, what the review was, but it doesn't look like an actual Google review. So when I'm looking at it, it just looks like whoever put the website together just kind of typed in whatever they wanted to and used that to look like a review. Now, there are better ways to do this. Obviously, the best way is to actually have a widget that pulls actual Google reviews from your business. And the reviews are on Google here. So you can see reviews if you just click the review section in the Google My Business page. And you could just literally copy this exact one and put it on your website. Now, this company, Colorado Springs Drain, did not do this, and I'm pretty sure they're suffering because of this. Now, if we can find another website here I can rip apart. All right, here's Rooter Town Plumbers. And I don't know about you guys, but it feels like I just took a time machine back to the early 2000s. Like, this is what websites used to look like back in the day. Just so many tabs to click on. There's just so much going on, but not the stuff that we actually need. They do have a rolling banner here, and let's count the form fills that we have to fill in. They want our name, address, zip code, phone, email, problem, and then we can send the request. It's just too many things to ask for when you're trying to get information from a potential lead. They have like the little dotted perforated lines around their services. Let's see where it brings us when we click that. It literally didn't even bring us anywhere. So obviously there's something going on with these buttons. They don't even work. It's the scary part about this website is if you look at the bottom, it actually says copyright Rooter Town LLC 2025, meaning that somebody is actually still updating this, and it looks like this. Let's see what it looks like in mobile. Okay, so mobile, it is mobile optimized, surprisingly. Well, you know what? I take that back. So as you can see right here, it's not centered and the text actually goes off the right side. Anything that I click on the website just brings me to the top of the website. So, okay, that one actually brought us to a video here that they have on YouTube. Okay, so there's a lot of things going wrong here. I do like the fact that this little car moves wherever your mouse goes. I mean, for whatever value that's bringing to the website, it's just fun to play around with. Oh, look at that. It goes over each one that we're selecting. That's just great. That's probably the only reason I'd ever contact them is because their car moves. Okay, so lost on this website. So you go to underground, they have pipe rehabilitation. So what they really should do is they should have a landing page built out specifically to drive lead generation. And this website is just very confusing. This is what websites looked like back in the day. What we've learned from e-commerce is you want a single action to be driven on the page. Okay, the only thing that's important is that somebody lands on this website and then calls your company or fills out a form fill and becomes a lead. Those are the only two real things that you want to happen when you have a landing page like this. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna go into the sewer drain and then like make sure that they can do exactly what I need to do. I would just give them a call, and that's pretty much what the consensus is for anyone looking for a plumbing service. Show you exactly what they're doing wrong. The first thing you want to do when you go to a website that you're prospecting is check if it's mobile optimized. You can do that by just pressing F12, and as you can see, it is mobile responsive. We can scroll down here and we can see that everything is made for mobile. Now, it does have a call us number here, but it doesn't even have a button you can click. This is a huge wall of text. I would definitely not have this wall of text on the mobile version. You want to do something like bullet points. That'll convert a lot better. And you need a clear call to action, which I don't see here. They do have a video embedded. That's okay. As you scroll down, it talks about their vet. There's read more. Let's see where that goes. Just more walls of text. Let's see if their number here you can click and actually call. So what we're checking here is when somebody's on their mobile phone, you can go ahead and click this number normally because we turn it into a button in the website builder, but this isn't even working. So somebody on mobile is gonna wanna click this and just have the number pop up in their phone, but that's not what this is doing. So that's something that I would fix as soon as possible, because nobody's gonna have two phones to sit there and write down this number or type this number on another phone. It just looks a little outdated. The video is very, very low resolution in their banner at the top here. You could make this website in about 3 minutes. I mean, this is the templates that we build websites off of are even better looking than this. So this is probably like a D tier website. So let's go over to the next one that I found. It's Thrive Pet Healthcare. And it looks like they have a lot of buttons here, which is good. It looks like they have their next availability at the top. We're gonna check if it's mobile responsive. It is mobile responsive, that's good. They have their times. Now here's what I was talking about when the button is clickable. See how we can click this button and it's gonna actually call that phone number. Now this is what I don't like. I don't like how this is off to the left in a column. Normally in a website, you're gonna have like multiple columns. And when you have this one column filled up, but you don't have anything in the right side, there's just a lot of wasted space. And you can see on the right side, it says feedback. Like, why do you care about the feedback of your website? Like, it's just like a terrible thing to have here. Instead of having feedback on the right side, I would have our contact info and maybe like a form fill to go ahead and input your email, your phone number, and then put them into a drip email campaign sequence. And then that way you can get some leads that are landing on your website. Nobody really cares if you get a smiley face or a happy face if you like their website or not, right? The metric you should be using if your website is good or not is your leads and how many you're getting compared to how many people land on your website. So those are metrics you need to look at instead of feedback, smiley face, frowny face. I'm not gonna get into that right now, it's kind of triggering. So as we scroll down, we do see that they have a lot of different services, spay and neuter, heartworm prevention, stuff like that. So I think they need to kind of slim these up and then go ahead and put the ones that are top performing or the highest ROI for them at the top. Now, I don't really think that heartworm prevention is their number one selling product here. I could be wrong, but it's probably, flea and tick prevention, diagnostic, stuff like that. So they need to kind of reorganize this. They do have a little drop down here that you can go ahead and learn more about. Let's see, it brings us to another page where you can just kind of get some information. That's good. And they do have a call to action right here, which is find a location. Let's see where that button goes. Okay, this is gonna bring you over to a zip code. So it looks like this could be an aggregate. It doesn't seem to be just in that area. Maybe they have multiple locations. That's fine. All right, let's go over to the next one. Care for your friends. This is their header here. Let's go ahead and press F12. It is not mobile optimized, as we can see. Now it does change the dimensions here depending if you're on an iPad or what have you. As you can see though, it's not mobile optimized. So that's the first thing they need to fix, because most of the people that are going to be searching for services like this are going to be on their phone. So you're going to really want to make sure to have the mobile website looking way better than the PC optimized website. So as we can see, due to constructions, we are not allowing people in the office for the short term. Don't know what that's about. Just having a banner on their website to update people for that. Doesn't even look like they're in business right at this moment. But as we scroll down, they just don't have any good call to actions. Reading more is not a good call to action. A good call to action would be get a quote, set up an appointment, stuff like that actually drives people to get sales. Reading more isn't going to get you a sale. You're just having people click through your website and just learn information. A lot of wasted space here, as you can see. A neighborhood favorite, that's fine. Follow us. Really, is a follow going to get you more clients? Like, you need to understand that this should be operating as a funnel. You should have people come in, learn a little bit about it, make sure that your service is there that they need, and then sell them on that service and get them to click a very simple action like get a quote, contact us. It should be very, very simple, not pet health articles, right? So as you can see, they have a ton of different tabs here: dentistry, lab services, pet wellness, ultrasounds. The thing is, people that are searching for vets really know that they need a certain type of service. Now, you can have a small list of bullet points of like your top performing services, but having all of these different services is gonna confuse people that are on this page trying to buy from you. Like I said, just very horrible use of space here. As we can see, this column has nothing on the right side, but on the left side, you have this very grainy photo. It doesn't even look like you can click these. Okay, I guess you can click hospital tour. I don't really know why you need to tour the hospital virtually, but that's fine. Let's scroll back up to the top. Let's go to the next one that I found. All right, now this one does things a little better. The last few were probably, D, C tier. Let's go ahead and check out one that I found that does it a little bit better. So Coastal Animal Clinic, welcome our practices. It has a lot of tabs at the top. That's okay. Let's scroll down and see how they do. Their banner here is very large. It takes up a majority of the screen here. Let me just make sure I'm on 100%. Yeah, so this takes up pretty much the whole entire page here. So, and there's no call to action or anything. They do have the call button and text us. That's great. And as you can see in the bottom left of my screen, it actually pops up with a telephone number and a SMS number, meaning when I click this, it's going to actually go ahead and text or call that number. Especially when we're on mobile, it's going to do that instantly. So let's scroll down and see how they do this. They have a nice 3 columns here where they have meet the team, your first visit, and services. Those are mainly the 3 things that you're going to want to know about when you're going to a vet clinic. Is you want to make sure that you have some nice people, that your first visit is successful, and how to do it, what do I need to bring, etc. And then the services that they list. That's great. They have this done very, very well. So here's their header here. It is Get Friendly Veterinary Services in Tampa. And then they go and talk a little bit about their company. That's perfect. Request appointment. Now, this is why I picked this website to show you guys. So you hit request appointment and it's going to bring you to another page. Now, this is a booking page. And it's not as pretty as I would like it to be, but it does have everything that you need. I see a lot of websites where you're clicking these form fills and they have maybe 10, right? They want to know everything under the sun about you. Now, the only 3 things you actually need to know are your name, email, and phone. And then if you're a current patient or not, like that's perfect. Quick little button to click there. Patient availability, perfect. Preferred time for an appointment, perfect. And then reason for visit. This is a very simple one. They do, maybe this patient availability could be redone. What I have built on all my websites is we have a booking calendar, so they can actually go ahead and book the calendar appointment. And then what you do is you have someone in your office go ahead and call them to make sure that the appointment is set. So after somebody comes in, books the appointment, then you have somebody follow up with them, just making sure that they are going to show up and follow up with any other information that you need from them. Now, this is one way to do it. This request is going to show up in like an email to them as a lead, and then they'll probably have someone contact back out. I like the functionality of having it where you can actually click your appointment date and time and then go ahead and have that actually locked in already. That way there's no back and forth. Right now here, it does show, what day you want to go to it. But in reality, you want to actually make sure that that specific time block and taken off the schedule. So like I said, when you have everything connected to a Google Calendar, then you can have transparency across your whole entire business, which makes the automations work a lot better. Testimonials at the bottom here, that's a great thing to have. Instead of actually just listing testimonials, I would actually have like a 3-column setup here, and I would have them put one testimonial here dispelling anything about prices. I would have another testimonial in the middle that goes over the service that they got and how wonderful they were. And then I have a testimonial on the other side hitting any other relevant information. What you want to do with testimonials is make sure that each one is helping push the client to the finish line. So like I mentioned, you want one to talk about price, one to talk about how good the service was, and one to talk about how easy it was, right? So any type of buyer's resistance that they're facing as they're going through this, they want to see that other people have had a similar good experience so that then they can click more easily without any resistance at all. That's more selling psychology that we use inside of funnels and landing pages, is making sure that these testimonials dispel any type of buyer's resistance. Looks like they have a nice little map down here at the bottom. That's great. Everything else looks really good on this website. Like I mentioned, they could do a few things better, but overall, this is what I would aim for getting done. Okay, now they do have two different locations here. This one looks a little different. It's set up, look, as book an appointment. Let's see if that's any different on this one, if it will open up. Okay, so looks like we have a broken link here. If you're gonna do prospecting, having a notepad down and just writing down everything that you find wrong with their website before you give them a call is a perfect way to go ahead and show them that you've done your research and you found things wrong with their website, and then you can offer solutions to that. So you can go through and say, hey, your website looks very outdated. I found broken links from here to here and from here to here. I don't see that you have any call to actions on page A, B, and C. So you can go through and tell them these things that I'm pointing out for you guys, and you can use these as talking points to make the sale. And this will go a lot easier if it shows you've done your homework. So I found another website here that goes ahead and doesn't even open. So like I mentioned, this is a great niche to go. Hey guys, James here. And I built my SaaS agency literally from 0 all the way up to 100 plus clients. And if you guys want to get started selling websites to local businesses, go ahead and click my link down below and join my free community. I have snapshots, cold calling scripts, everything you need to start selling to clients today. After shiningdetailing.com. When you're doing the type of same day service like this, you want to be able to get a quote very quickly, which they do have a get a quote button, but it brings us to a contact us page with a form fill. Let's just count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 different form fill boxes that you have to fill out to get in contact with these people. That's way too long to have on a contact us page. You actually only need 3 things. You need their name, their phone number, and their email. If you wanted to, you could build a booking page for them, which I go over in one of my other videos, that hooks up right to your Google Calendar, and then they can book online, get an email sent to them, and you just call them, verify, get any more information that you need at that point. A few other things I don't like about this website is the black background. It's just awful. It does not look good at all. As we scroll down here, they have get a quote, they have a phone number here. As we scroll down, they have a Labor Day sale. They do have products here that you can click. Let's see what they give. Like I said, just the font, everything here, this doesn't even look like a button, but it's a button. And the button actually just goes to their telephone number, as you can see in the bottom left of my screen right here, which is not ideal for what we're trying to do here. Their columns are a little messed up here. It's just a pretty poor looking website. Another thing we like to do is check if it's mobile optimized. Go ahead, press F12 on your computer. It's gonna bring it up like this. As you can see, it cuts off all of the pictures, all of their navigational tabs at the top. We scroll down, we can't even click these buttons. And it just kind of cuts the website in half. As you can see, it doesn't do a very good job in mobile that you can create a mobile optimized website for them. I have other videos going over exactly how to do this on Go High Level, which is a very easy platform to use to build websites, but more on that later. I do like this before and after picture. I think it's good for them to have this. I would have a ton more of these, and I would fix this column. Right here, they have 1 column, 2 columns, but as you can see, there's just a lot of wasted space here. They need to have column, and they need to have the pictures before and after here. That will give a nice touch to it. Like I mentioned, this white on black is just not a very good look here. The red, it's not even bold. There's a lot of different things going on here. This should probably be centered. They do have request a quote, but as we already went over, actually, let's click this button. It doesn't even work. This is a broken link here. That's else you can let them that they have an issue with their website for. Scotty Shine, it's just as bad. I'm gonna show you guys exactly why. This font, not a good font. Looks a little childish to me. Doesn't really flow with the website here. They don't really have anything. This should be a page. They do have a call or text up here at the top right, but the issue with this is it's not even a button, right? I can't even click this to call or text them. Let's say I'm on mobile, I want to click this and then have it call them instantly. I can't do that. This looks like a button, but it's not a button. That needs to be fixed. We go to detailing here. They do have packages. I can't even see this text though, unless I highlight it, right? As you can see, cars $150, mid-size SUVs $200, full-size SUVs $250. Whew, a lot to unpack here. But like I mentioned, the background does not go well with this. I don't like how small these images are. They take up one single column in the middle. You should have multiple columns here and then have multiple images. This isn't even centered right here, this picture. It does look like they have some type of chat widget here. That's a good touch. They need to actually make sure that it's working though. This is kind of just all over the place. Like I mentioned, I would definitely contact this guy, sell him a new website that actually functions. Let's check mobile. It is not mobile optimized. As you can see, it just cuts the screen right in half. Pretty horrible website. I'd give this like an F. Next level detail. It looks like it's a Squarespace site. As you can see up at the top, it says square.site. Let's see what they have going on here. I don't really like this banner. Their image in their actual logo up here in the middle is just awful. It's tiny. What they really should have done is they should have cropped it and got rid of all this black space below and above it. And then they should have made it bigger, right? Because right now I can't even see unless I zoom all the way into like 500%. It looks like they do have bookings here. I do see that they do have services you can go ahead and click on. Let's see, here's a book right here. As you guys can see, there isn't really like a delineation between this service and this service. It's just a lot of like text. I think it would be nicer if they separated these out with type of border in between. That would just look a little nicer. You can clearly delineate between each service. All right, they do have the booking page working. That's good. Like I said, mostly it's design on this one. Page right here is just a list of their services. They should really have before and after pictures. They should really be catering to the that doesn't know who they are, wants to see that they're an actual reliable business that you can actually contact and get these services done with. Let's go to my bookings and see what that page is about. Looks like it's trying to have you sign in with Square. Like I mentioned, they actually just need to turn this into a page, and I think it would do all right. They already have all the products in here, a little bit of design work here. I think that could really go a long way. Now, there are a few that I found that are horrible when you actually look at the design of the website. Here's the first one we're gonna be funnel hacking today, Brock's MMA. So as we see here, we have some type of image error in the top here in the banner section. You can tell because it's a little broken image, so that's not loading in properly. Their logo is a little off center up here, and right off the bat with the black background, you just have one column down the middle. Now they have 3 tabs here, home, contact us, and more. They do have a lot of tabs, program schedules, instructors, and as we scroll down, this blue just doesn't go with any of the branding that we're seeing. So looks very outdated. Like this website looks like it was made in the 1990s. The way it's all set up here with these small little banners. Okay, this is a button. It doesn't look like a button, but if you hover over it, it says MMA Academy Online. So this is going somewhere else. I'm not sure if that's an affiliate link or something. You can meet your instructors here. As we scroll down, stay tuned. They just have a rolling banner. I'm not really sure what this is about or why it's in here. It really doesn't need to be. You need to have clearly delineated sections, and then each section should have a specific goal that it's trying to achieve, such as it's going to show the classes, or it's going to go over who the instructors are, what times that the classes are actually going on. Now, as we scroll down, we see more of this blue border with white text, which doesn't really look good. And they have the membership prices, but as you can see, it's very hard to just look at the price itself because what they don't have is they don't have a hierarchy of text. So what that means is you should have something that is bolded and large text, and then you'll have the next section should be something that's a little smaller text, maybe 1 to 2 lines, and then the third should be your price, and the price should be a standalone price. So when you bundle the price up in here, it's harder to read, and when somebody's looking at it, they're trying to dissect the price. So you definitely want to fix that. Looks like they have some class schedules here. They don't really have an interactive calendar, and I'm gonna show you guys how you can make that very easily in another video. Now, I found a website that does this really well. This is Daniel Gracie's Art of Movement, and as we scroll down, everything flows very nicely. You have very dedicated sections. The journey to greatness. You have a learn more, you have a call to action right here. You have an interactive video that you can play. As we scroll down more, you have some gallery photos, which is great. You can dive into that with a view all. And what I was talking about earlier with the interactive calendar is, as you can see here, I can hover over each one of these dates, and then I can click it and see what classes are going. Now I'm sure that we can click even further in and go ahead and sign up for a class. Perfect. Yep, they have a form fill. See, this website is done very, very well. And this is the level that all the MMA gyms should have, but they clearly don't, as we're looking at this website over here. Now, this website needs a revamp 100%, and this is somewhere you can start if you wanted to call this company and offer them a revamp. Now, another one that I found is called NJMA, and as we scroll down here, it's got a nice banner picture at the top. It's a little grainy and the colors are a little off, but as we scroll down, they do give you an offer here, which is get 2 free classes. This font is very hard to read. They definitely need to change up this font. Where can I take my 2 free classes at? And then it says, I want my free 2 classes. So you go ahead and click that and see where it brings us. Okay, this is very good. What they've done is they've actually simplified their form fill. These are the only 3 form fills you actually need. It's name, email, and phone. Now with those 3 things, you can go ahead and get in contact with these potential clients and close the deal. What I see is a lot of companies try to ask way too much on their form fill. Like they'll have 14 or 15. The other day I counted one that was 18 different form fill boxes, and nobody's gonna fill that out. Let's just be honest. So you wanna make it as simple as you can here. 1, 2, 3, name, email, phone. This is a little too much text, as we can see. And like I mentioned about the hierarchy of text, see how it's all of the same font size here. Now what they need to do is they need to have this area at the top. It needs to be bold, it needs to be a bigger text. Then your eyes naturally follow down. So if we go back to the other one that did it really well, let's look at theirs. Here's some good text hierarchy right here. We have testimonials in orange, then we have big, bold, what our clients are saying, and then after that they have smaller text and they have the actual Google review. That's done very, very nicely. And they even have this on a carousel, so you can click multiple different ones here if you want. Like I mentioned, they just have an issue with the text hierarchy. This is very hard to read. When I look at this, I see that nothing is sticking out to me to read first, and then second, and then third. So that really makes the person reading this landing page very confused. I don't know where to focus on this. And all of the same font here is not good as well. Let's scroll down. They did it a little better here. They have this in a higher font size. Do keep offering 2 free classes, which is perfect because I have an MMA client and we use the 2 free classes as well as a really good lead magnet, because if you can get somebody in the door, their lifetime value or their LTV is very high. So if you give away 2 free classes, get them into the system, they feel like they're getting value, and then usually it's pretty sticky if they have a good experience. So this is a really good thing to lead with, especially in this space. This is a little too much text here. They could go ahead and reduce this down a little bit. Like I mentioned, change the font a little. Now, another thing I noticed is their images are just very low resolution, and this just doesn't look good how blocky this is. I would definitely change that. Like I mentioned, same thing here, safety, weight, confidence, self-mastery. They don't have the text hierarchy. These should actually be centered and not to the left. They're left aligned. See, everything's left aligned in this column. Whoever made this website is not doing a very good job. All right, this is another one I found, Louros MMA. So the first thing I noticed right here is their logo, you can't even see it. So I can click and drag it here, but this is what the logo should look like. And the background is actually overpowering. They have a free trial and classes. Let's see where that takes us. Okay, it brings us down the page, which is good because when you have a landing page, you don't want to have it go to multiple different pages. You want to have every single section inside of that landing page that has the information. So that's perfect. We click classes, it does the same thing. It just brings us down because what's gonna happen is most of these people are gonna be finding this on mobile. And when they click a new website, maybe they're out and about filling up their gas and they're looking for an MMA gym, they're gonna go ahead and click that. And if it brings them to another page instead of the same page in a different section, then they're gonna have to reload that web page again. And you can check the web page load times on page load speed. And if they're anything over 5 seconds, the person's gonna fall off. So this is done really well, that specific portion. All right, so they have a section called upcoming events, beginner jiu-jitsu workshop. They have a buy tickets button here. It's not a very big button. And let's see how this looks in mobile. And how we do that is just by pressing F12. So their whole entire website here, as you can see, is not mobile optimized. Everything is cut off. So if I were to access this on my phone, I would have to click and drag over to get to where I need to get to. And right away, that's gonna cause fall off right away. People are gonna fall off this page almost instantly. they don't know what they're clicking, where to get to. They're gonna have to zoom in, zoom out. So that needs to be addressed. If we go to the art of movement, the one I was showing you earlier as the good example, if we press F12 on that, look how this automatically changes sizes so it's responsive. Now if we scroll down, it's perfect. This could be centered. Obviously the learn more call to action could be centered a little bit, but they have it correct for our gallery and the rest of the web page. Oh, looks like they did center it right here, and the calendar looks good. Yeah, everything here is perfect. Now the reviews, they could definitely fix the reviews here. As we saw in the art of movement, when you have the reviews actually captioned from Google Maps, and you can go ahead and pull that off and put it here. So there is no reason to have just text, right? Chad Weaver student. Like, how do I know he's a student? It looks kind of fake. But when you actually have a Google review that's pulled from Google My Business page, then you know that it looks more professional. You trust it more because you see the Google badge and you know this is exactly what a Google review looks like. Now, if you wanted to make a website just like this, so for the ultimate massage, let's take a look. This is a terrible looking website. Let's just go ahead and say that right off the bat. You can see that their logo is pretty small. There's a lot of wasted space up here. And when we scroll down, more wasted space. They do have some text hierarchy, which is good. They show their benefits right here. And as we scroll down further, we have more wasted space. This is a lot of scrolling for nothing. There's no call to action in this screen, which they need. And let's scroll down. This text is a little hard to read. I would definitely change this to make it bold. And another big issue I'm seeing right off the bat is these reviews look fake. So for example, over here, you're able to actually see reviews inside Google My Business. And if you see the actual review here, it looks legit. But when we're on this website, they don't look legit. There's no picture of them. So you can use a application to pull in these reviews and make it look a lot cleaner. Another thing I would say is this is a little too text heavy. I would go with some smaller reviews that target specific pain points that potential customers will have. So as we scroll down, more wasted space here. As we can see, nothing in this middle column. They do have a form fill on the right side, but it's asking too many things. The only 3 things that you're gonna need on this landing page are your name, email, and phone number. Everything else you can get at a later time for your client. This is gonna reduce the resistance for somebody actually filling out this form fill and becoming a lead for this company. Another thing is I would have this in a different colored box so it's more easily seen, because right now it kind of blends in unless you're really looking for it. More wasted space at the bottom. They don't even have a footer down here with more contact information. And overall, it just needs more call to actions, right? So for example, it's gonna need a learn more or shop now right here. And in every single section that you see, there should be a call to action. All right, that's the first terrible website we find. Let's go back to Google Maps here and find another one. All right, here's another one that I found called Allure DV. And as we can see, there's a lot of things going on. Right away, I see some clipping of the text at the start here, which means it's not lined up properly. Now, see, this company does it a little bit better. They do have a buy now deals, which let's see what page that brings us to. So they do have gift cards here, best deals, spa packages. This is really good. You can click again. Let's see where that brings us. Okay, so it just kind of jumped over that package. Let's go back. All right, they do have a lot of different things that you can buy in here. That's good. And here's what I was talking about, the reviews. This company actually has good reviews here, powered by Google, reviews on Google. This is an actual application that's pulling in the Google reviews, which is perfect. I would have this up here though. Now, another thing we can check is if the website is mobile optimized, and how you do that is just press F12 and you'll be able to scroll down and pretend like you're in a mobile view. So as we scroll down, it actually looks like they have some decent responsive pictures here. These buttons could be a little bit better. They kind of blend in the background. These are call to action buttons, which will bring you to the next page down the funnel. They need to pop a little more and come forward so you can actually see them. You can add things like rocking, bouncing, glowing. You could do a lot of things. I would definitely make a contrast here so you could actually click it. A green color or blue color is a conversion color, and that would get people to click it more. And instead of just couples massages, You could have an actual action, so get a couple of massages. Okay, it looks like they also have all of their treatments at the bottom of the page as well. This landing page is kind of all over the place. It should follow a certain format. Right now, it's just kind of a bunch of different things throwing at the customer. Here, just way too much text. Like I was saying, this contact us as a hyperlink here isn't a very good call to action. Schedule your appointment is a better one. I would definitely have this front and center. A lot of companies now are doing a booking calendar right on their landing page, so the resistance to actually booking your appointment is very, very minimal. And that's what I would say is best practice for this niche specifically. You want to have your booking page on the front landing page and make sure that somebody can click a time and see if that time's available and go right into booking that appointment. All right, let's find another website here. Here's Feet Feel Spa, and this one is a very small landing page, as we can see. Not much going on here. They have their phone number, but the thing is, this phone number, I can't even click this number. So if I'm on mobile, for example, and I want to try to click this number, it's not going to be able to let me click it. It does look like the actual icon here you can click, but this whole entire thing should be a button. Same with their address. If I want to go to their address from my phone, I want to be able to just click this. Okay, it does look like the icon, but look at that. You can barely click it. Now let's check if it's mobile optimized. It is not mobile optimized, meaning all of this is not responsive. So I have to kind of click and drag to get around, right? So I'm sure you guys have opened up a website and been unable to interact with it because you have to just click and zoom and try to click buttons. This is not gonna fly in today's standards. They're losing a lot of money because somebody's landing on this. It's not mobile optimized. It doesn't have clear call to actions. You can't just go ahead and book an appointment instantly. So this is a terrible website. Like one of the worst I think I've seen in a long time. Their landing page is very, very small. Okay, so we go to services, and inside here, they have some prices, but there's no way for me to actually get to the checkout page and actually pay them money. You want to make sure that you reduce the resistance from somebody actually purchasing your service. So reduced resistance would be if I click on this and I say, oh, I want a 60-minute foot massage, and I go ahead and I click it, and then it brings me to a checkout page. Perfect. Or it brings me to a calendar. Perfect. Right now, I can just get the prices, but then I have to leave this page, go back to a different page, and then try to find out where the checkout page is or how to get in touch with them. There's going to be a lot of people falling off this website, so this is somebody that definitely needs our services. Now, I did find one I wanted to show you that did everything a little bit better. This one right here, this is called Chocolate, and they have their brand pretty nailed down. So for example, as you scroll down, you can see some chocolate dripping. They have all their different services here: massage, permanent makeup, skincare, training, waxing. And as you scroll down, there should have been a call to action here, why our clients choose us, and then maybe some reviews would be better. You definitely want to have reviews here. That would do a lot better. Here are some real pictures of people getting their services done. It's done pretty decently in a gallery view. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. There's an add to cart. This image looks broken for whatever reason, but there's CBD massage, select options. So when we go to that, it brings us to a checkout page. We can just add this to cart. We have to pick which time we want. One of these should be auto selected so it doesn't give me that error, and then we go add to cart. That's just another click that someone's going to have to do, which is going to increase the amount of fall off that you have on this website. I'm not sure how many different services people are going to actually be doing here, but you really want to bring them straight to the checkout page right after this. Right now it shows in my top right, like it's in my cart. But for example, how many people are buying multiple services on a spa website? Usually someone's coming in for one service, they want to get it done, and they want to go to the checkout page. So try to think of it as how many steps you have to get to your checkout is how many people will fall off as well. So you need to make sure that each step of the way that you are minimizing the clicks that it requires. All right, it's a pretty good looking website, and I can see why they have all these reviews. They're probably getting a ton of traffic, if not the majority of the traffic in this area. They've got a lot of good call to action buttons all the way down on every single section. Pretty good stock photos as well. And at the bottom here, you can go ahead and schedule online. So this probably brings you to a calendar and has a decent form fill here. Now, this is the standard of what I would say is bare minimum for plumbers. And we're gonna go ahead and find some websites that don't look like this. So for example, here's one that I found, Julian's Plumbing in the Charlotte area. All right, they do have their phone number here and it is clickable. As you can see in the bottom left, it'll bring a number up. Now we can check if this is mobile optimized by hitting F12 and then clicking what device that we want to see it on, for example. So for example, let's go the iPhone 12. All right, so they do have a responsive website, that's good. It's just very outdated. Their logo is just a little too much. And as we scroll down, they do have a scheduled service, which is good. Their form fill, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. You really only need 3 boxes. You need the name, phone number, and email. Everything else you can grab at a later time. Now, if you get their email, you're gonna be able to follow up with their clients. So that's good to have. This just needs a redesign. Everything else looks to be functioning pretty well. So let's go to the next one on the list. And for whatever reason, if you scroll down on the left here, some of these companies you'll see don't have websites attached. For example, here's one right here, Nostrum Plumbing. So there is no website attached to the Google My Business, and you can see here, there is no website icon. So this is a company you could call right now and pitch them a website design because they don't have one attached. And the great thing about this is they come with photos. So people have been leaving reviews and they have 99 reviews. So they're in good standing and they're in good standing as a company, but they just don't have the web design aspect of their business. All right, here's another one I found, North Meek Plumbing. So the water in the background, not a great aesthetic appeal. They do have a call to action. Let's see where that takes us. Or a form fill, that's good. The call us is not a button. So if you're on mobile and you want to click this to call, you're not going to be able to do that. Let's go ahead and hit F12 and see if it's responsive. It is responsive. That's good. A lot of wasted space right here though. And like I mentioned, you can't click this phone number. Let's go back to the landing page. This one column layout doesn't look very good. As you can see, they just have a wall of text here. What they need to do is they need to split this up into multiple columns and maybe have a picture on the right and then have a bit of ad copy on the left. And then they're gonna need call to actions. So you're gonna need a call to action. So if somebody reads this ad copy and then they're like, okay, this is a good fit for me, then they're gonna go ahead and click and go on to the next step in your funnel. But this website does not do that. I like this picture right here with him holding that wrench. Kind of shows that they've been around a long time. I would maybe put that at the top, not this splash of water. It's really pixely as well. Looks like they've got some certifications. This is good to have front and center as well. Most people don't know what these certifications are though, so you want to make sure where you're going to put them on the page because they're not as relevant as you may think. They do add a little social proof, but maybe midway down the page. So here's a great piece of ad copy that they have just tucked away at the bottom. Family owned and operated with over 43 years of experience. We are proud of our local long-standing reputation for quality. We have a vested interest in our area and are committed to serve our community. So this is perfect. This should be something that's right top and center. They really need to lead with this. This is great because it shows that they've been around, they know what they're doing, they have a ton of expertise. This one just needs a visual revamp. So it's more of a landing page instead of an old style website. I would definitely reach out to this company and offer them a full redesign and then give them some type of marketing services on the back end, such as email follow-up, missed call text back, etc. All right, here's another one I found, Amen Plumbing. Now, they have their 4.9 star review right at the top, which is good, and it says reviews from Google, so let's click that. All right, this brings us down to the section that they're listed in. That's perfect. See, what I see with a lot of websites is people will have links, and when you click them, they'll go to different pages. And when that happens, it reloads the page. So let's say that you don't have the greatest cell service and somebody's on their phone looking at this website and they click this and it brings them to another page, then it's gonna have to reload that page. So what we wanna do is make sure that our landing page has everything on it so you can go ahead and click reviews, blog, gallery, and it just jumps to that section inside of the web page. This is especially important when you're running ads because a few seconds could mean someone's clicking off the web page. So you really want to make sure that the design of the landing page is fast and responsive. All right, they have some questions and answers down here. Looks pretty good. This is probably way too much text. They need bullet points and text hierarchy. So they need to have some stuff bolded, different size texts, so it would just flow a lot better when you read it. Okay, so they're open 12 a.m. to 12 a.m., which they could have just put open 24 hours a day. And then they would just put that everywhere. That's like a huge selling point, especially when plumbing disasters happen, you need to get somebody there right away. So I would definitely change this and then advertise this. So this would be at like maybe even at the top of the landing page, open 24/7, give us a call, and just throw that call to action right there. They did a good job with the pictures here. I would just kind of segregate them into different sections of what they're doing. Like, if they're running piping or doing repair inside the house. But this is a little bit better than the other two we looked at. So obviously you can tell that some are gonna be A tier, B tier, C tier. The first two we looked at were obviously F tier. And if you wanna learn how to sell websites to local businesses, go ahead and join my free school community down below. You can also grab a 30-day free trial with Go High Level if you use my affiliate link down below, and that gives you extra access to all my free snapshots, websites, and lead getting systems. I hope to see you in there. I'll catch you in the next one.